Hello, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the ending of March. In the middle of March, we have the Moon card. The Moon card tells us that we need to explore the darker sides of ourselves. We need to give ourselves space to explore, I guess, the dark side of the moon. You could have been getting to know different people in the past, just associating with different people, hanging out with friends. You were getting adjusted to a certain thing going on in your life because we have the Ace of Swords, the adjustment card, and the abundance card. So you came into some sort of abundance that you were getting adjusted to, and you really just wanted to know the truth about something with the Ace of Swords. To me, Ace of Swords is also about being well aware. You were well aware that you were adjusting to a new phase of your life. And so maybe you were hanging out with a lot of friends, could have been getting over a breakup, possibly. So you hung out with a lot of friends. In the present, at the end of March, you're trying to determine with this Seven of Disc card, you're trying to determine what it is you want out of a relationship. What are your standards? What do you want? And there could be somebody that you're interested in purely in a physical sense because we get the Princess of Swords, the Fool, and the Pleasure card. So it could be that you're interested in someone in a purely physical sense, but with the Princess of Swords energy, you could have been dealing with somebody who likes to argue a lot. So it's like in the end of March, you may be wanting someone that you cannot have, or you may be trying to figure out what it is you want from this person, maybe how you're going to approach them to try to get what you want. But in the future, after March has passed, it's saying with this Ten of Wands card that you need to put everything into something, okay? And I don't mean everything into your person, I mean everything into you. Because we get the Emperor, we get change, and we get happiness, okay? You need to put everything into learning how to make yourself happy in April, okay? Because if we can't make ourselves happy, we can't make other people happy. So in April, you need to really be putting in some work to make yourself happy. Now, your attitude about everything is the Prince of Wands. We have the Prince of Wands. Okay. So you want to take action towards this person. You feel like taking action towards them. Maybe it's somebody you haven't heard from in a while, and that's why you want to take action towards them. But clarifying the action card, we get the Peace card, the Aeon, and the Worry card. Okay. Now, I'm not really familiar with the Aeon card. It is okay. Basically talks about how you have a choice as to how you want to deal with something. So you're going through a situation where you want to approach somebody and you want to make peace with them because you're worried. Um, you're not really sure how to approach this person. We have peace, worry, and the Aeon card. So you're not really sure how you want to approach this person, but the thing you need to remember is that you are in control of yourself. So whatever you say or do, even though you can't control this person, you can control yourself and how you respond to certain situations, okay? But there's somebody you want to make peace with, okay? Because you're kind of worried, either about them or about them ending things. Um, Influencing the situation is the Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups. So with Ace of Cups, and I just read this earlier, I was just reading it earlier. The advice is not the now is not the hour of great promises or commitments, but of personal sincerity. So influencing the situation could be that somebody wanted you to be sincere or that you wanted them to be sincere. You just wanted someone to be honest with you about what it is that they want because you know what you want, but you want to know what they want and you want them to be honest about it, okay? Now, influencing this, we have the interference card, the lovers, and the futility card. So it's almost like you wanted something, but you may have felt like it was kind of hopeless. I don't know if I want to use the word hopeless. Maybe you felt like it was futile because this is the futility card. And you could have felt like somebody was lying to you about their sincerity. Maybe you didn't really think they were that sincere about something. And you're kind of stuck in your head about it with this interference card. Okay. So at some point, this person could have led you on or made you think that you were going to be with them physically. And it may not have happened with that futility card. And influencing the situation, you just wanted to see if this person was sincere. You wanted to see if they really wanted to be your lover or not. And you could have felt like this person was lying to you, that they really didn't want to be your lover. And that could be the case. This person could have been lying. They could have been saying things just to make you happy and then ghosting you or whatever this is they did. Gonna pull out some more cards to get the obstacle, the outcome, and the what you don't see coming. Okay, for the obstacle, we get the indolence card, which to me means there are certain parts of yourself that are not healed yet. You're feeling pretty secure in your abundance, but there are certain parts of yourself that are not healed yet. And you are not healed from a previous relationship. We have the Hierophant and the Strife card and the Three of Discs card or the Works card. So you could still be in communication with an ex, or an ex is still in communication with you. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be because you want to be in communication with this person. It could be that you have to be in communication with somebody because y'all have a child together. But nonetheless, there are still certain parts of you that are not healed because you are part of some sort of connection that is hurting you, a connection from the past. It's almost like you haven't really learned how to set effective boundaries with a certain person or how to respond to them. Um, this reminds me of a show I was watching the other day called Super Nanny. And this was actually my first time ever watching Super Nanny. I've heard of it, but I've never fully watched an episode. I mean, I've watched Super Nanny before, but never as a full episode. And it was either yesterday or a few days ago where I saw a full episode of Super Nanny. And this woman was, the Super Nanny was teaching this single mother of two, a boy and a girl, how to manage her kids and how to set schedules with them. And the little boy wanted to keep getting out of the bed and not going to bed when it was bedtime. And the super nanny told her, she said, what you're going to do is when he comes out of the bed, you're going to put him back in the bed. And when he comes out of the bed again, you're going to put him back in the bed again. But the third time he comes out of bed, you're just not going to say anything and take him back to his bed. And it was basically letting the little boy know that he had limits and boundaries and that his mom was not going to keep being his stimulant or his entertainment for the whole night. So that advice about not saying anything the third time she puts him in bed and just putting him in bed was really good advice. So it could be you're in a situation like that where you're learning how to deal with somebody, but it's an obstacle right now because maybe you need a super nanny. I don't know. You need somebody to teach you about how to set healthy, effective boundaries with somebody. I had an ex who one of his exes kept wanting to get back with him when we were together, and he would always answer her phone calls. And he was like, I keep talking to her and explaining to her that we can't. And I said, that's the problem. You keep answering her phone calls. Yeah, but no, no buts. As long as you keep answering her phone calls, regardless of whether you say yes or no, she's going to keep coming back. So, we have to learn how to effectively set boundaries with people. It's not enough just to tell someone to stop calling you or to stop texting you. Sometimes you have to block that number. Sometimes you have to just not pick up. Sometimes you have to do gray rock, which is, oh, I'm fine. My life is boring, and not say anything, or just not saying anything at all, or just not say anything at all. You know, It's about setting effective boundaries. And it may be hard for you to set effective boundaries at this time. It's an obstacle for you because you're not fully healed yet. Now, the outcome of everything is going to be the Prince of Swords. Prince of Swords, okay? Prince of Swords, okay? So you could be daydreaming at the end of March because it says within you lie great visions and passions. So you have a lot of ideas, right? You're still focused on this person in the end of March. We get the lust card, the power card, and the completion card. It's really almost like, to me, I think somebody led you on and you just want to complete things. I mean, it kind of reminds me of that old song. Come on, baby, finish what you started. And I don't know all the lyrics, but whoever got you riled up, I guess you're still daydreaming about them the end of March. Lust, power, completion. You still have a lot of ideas for what you'd like to do with this person. But what you don't see coming with this person, or what you don't see coming in your situation, is the Princess of Cups. Princess of Cups, okay? It says you are a light-hearted and serious personality, helpful and uplifting while also being independent and autonomous. You regard the life of the emotions and the unconscious thoughtfully, playfully, and curiously, as well as reservedly. If that does not lead to a state of indecision, you have a great talent to resolve internal problems without drowning in them. So, what you don't see coming is you're going to resolve some sort of internal problem within you without drowning in it. Okay. So, clarifying that, we have the Ace of Wands, the Ten of Cups, and the Empress card. You're going to have a new beginning where you find some sort of emotional fulfillment, some sort of emotional stability, and you're going to recognize your true worth. So even though you're on a break from somebody and this person could have made you mad or not done what you wanted, you're coming to a place of emotional stability and learning to love yourself, learning to take care of yourself and really love yourself. And some people can get offended by that. I don't care. That what do you mean learning to take care of myself? I know how to. No, I'm not talking about, everyday things. Everyone brushes their teeth and takes showers, right? Everyone knows how to do that. I'm talking about, special things that you need for you. Um, yeah, everyone takes a shower, but some people like taking Epsom salt baths. Some people like getting their nails done. You are coming into a place of emotional fulfillment where you love yourself and you're learning to balance out your emotions without drowning in them. Um, It reminds me of a lot of distraction techniques. I mean, you could feel sad and you go and get your nails done somewhere and then you feel better. Even if it is for only 15 minutes, you feel better and your emotions have balanced out. And you don't see that coming, that you're going to be able to balance out your emotions over time. But it's going to take some time and it's going to take peace and quiet alone with yourself in order to balance things out. And I don't know if you're doing this or not, but I've told this to other people that in other signs, we can't just jump from relationship to relationship to relationship. Even if we are hurting, you know, um, it's kind of like, say if I'm walking in a park, right? And I really like the park and I get something stuck in my foot. And I'm like, "Oh, this hurts, I got something stuck in my foot. Well, I'll just go walk in another park." No, if you have something stuck in your foot, you go to a hospital, or you get the help that you need to remove whatever is in your foot out of your foot before you go venture into another park. Um, so we can't just bring our hurt with us everywhere we go. It doesn't solve anything. It doesn't create anything new and beautiful. All it leads is just all it leads to is just more heartache when we bring our baggage around with us. And but you won't be doing that because you're learning how to balance out your emotions. And that's what you don't see coming in the end of March. Yes, you're obsessing over somebody or they're obsessing over you, but you're learning how to balance out your emotions. And that comes with time. So thank you for coming to this reading. I think this was beautiful energy for you. It's almost like there was some resistance in the beginning, but then eventually you got to where you needed to be and you were happy. It's interesting. I wish you the best. And with this new energy that you're bringing to the table, something new and beautiful is going to come in for you, possibly in April, because, you know, you're learning, you're healing, you're growing. And once you get fully secure within yourself, you'll attract someone who's fully secure. And it won't be two half people, it'll be two whole people fulling forming a fully functional healthy relationship. Thank you.